What a DK gang, I'm back with another video. Yeah, I ain't been on here in a minute, man. Had to get myself together, had to get my mind together. Still not all the way there, but y'all know your girl, Memorial was coming. So I'm trying to prepare my mind together for this for year Memorial. Um, it's been hard on me. It's been a lot going on. Like, it's been a lot going on, y'all. Like, the devil be trying to play with me, you know? Um, just a little bit, right? You know, I've been sick. Everybody know I'm sick. Um, I have to go see a breast specialist and a breast surgeon. Um, I'm trying to take one day at a time. Trying to. My son is getting better. One day at a time with it. But a lot of things he don't do anymore, so I'm proud of him. Um, just looking at all my old faults of things that I have done and the repercussions and consequences of what I had done is the things that I had to live with for the rest of my life. So I'm not afraid to tell my story. You know, I've never been afraid to tell my story. But social media bash you so much. But like my daughter used to say, why be on there? You can't handle it. Get the fuck out the kitchen. So at this point in my life, I just want better. I miss my baby so much, y'all. Like, y'all know, like, the people that been following me before Kayla died, like, people that been watching my TikToks. Um, I miss my girl so much, yo. Like, I feel like less than a mom, um, because I'm sick. And I feel like a part of this was set up by the devil. And a big part of this is God. And I'm going to tell you why. Because for years, um, a lot of people don't know my addiction story, and and when I looked at it, to me, I wasn't addicted. Um, I was a popper. I was a pill popper, perk popper, Molly popper, I pop, and it wasn't until 20, let's see, 2019, 2021, 2020, something like that, I started to have health problems, heart stopping on me, all that. Like, I'm dying in people's face. I'm dying in front of my kids. Even before my daughter lost her life, I'm dying in front of my kids. So I told myself, I said, something got to stop. And it was this one night, my ex came over, and he bought me a pillow, and I didn't even remember taking the pill, y'all, but I took it. You know how you don't remember taking something, but you took it, but you could. I was so out of my body that I rode to the store. I rode the bike to the store, got me some lunch, came back, like all of this. I'm doing before I completely lost my life and put on life support. I even let my stepson come in my house. It was my first time meeting him because he was homeless. So it was like a shift of good and bad things that I was doing. So it's like, Kira, why would you take that pill knowing that you know already died? Knowing your situation. But when somebody brings something back around you, your mind is weak. You're not strong enough to, no, I don't want it. But in my head, I thought that I tossed it. I'm thinking I didn't toss it on the side of the bed or something. Because when I came back home, I looked for it. And I didn't see it. So I'm like, did I take it? Yes, I did. And God took me. Yes, He did. And every time I woke up, I would see my mother and my son sitting there. Kira, wake up, baby, wake up. I'm steady pissing all on myself. Bodily functions is losing it, okay? So that's when I knew that I had to stop, right? I haven't had, even when I go out with my friends, I let them do that. I might smoke my little weed, but I let my friends do that. I don't engage with those type of activities no more. So it's like now I'm watching my friends that I grew up with. I watching people that I know. I watch people that taught me certain games of just being in the streets. I'm watching people die. I'm Shawnee Brazil, rest in peace to you, baby. Like my homegirl gone. She looked this little, and I cried so bad yesterday, y'all, that I really had to take a break on social media and all that. Like because if it like it's kind of messed up, but I thank God for it. Like, if it was not for this epilepsy and me losing my life like this, I've never tried heroin. I've never tried cocaine. I've never tried none of those drugs. All I ever did was eat pills and rap. Because that's what I was introduced to when I was in sex trafficking. So it's like, you become what you get. And I kept saying, damn, I'm so proud of myself. Even though E-pills and Molly and all that stuff probably got stuff in it, I wasn't doing it. You couldn't give me that shit. You couldn't give it to me. You couldn't give me no pill or crack. You couldn't do none of that. I refuse. I've never in my life taken no drug but Molly and ecstasy and weed. That's all I ever took. I've never taken nothing else in my life. So when I see people I love die or don't look the same no more, it breaks my heart. Because now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I see what God doing. I see what He's doing. He helping me. Because many times I want to just throw in the towel sometimes. Being out here, like, man, I be just wanting to just go be with my kids. But you know, it's always the devil going to try to start more upon you and try to make you feel some type of way and make you endure with something else to cover up something. So I said, you know what? I'll thank God. God brought me out here. My angel baby brought me out here. Because she know her passing was going to take me aback. Not knowing we grieve when we lose our kids. We grieve when CPS take our kids. We grieve when our kids leave the house and they gone and they ain't coming back. Like, I watched my mama go through it for years with me. I'm saying, I'm like, damn. I'm really proud of myself. Because if I would have stayed in Baltimore, don't lie, y'all, I was going straight downhill. I don't know what it would have been. I don't know how I would have been. I'm just saying I know that the direction that God had me going, if I would have stayed in Baltimore City, it would have tore me apart. I'll probably be this little. And people dying on the avenue just for all out in the street. Like, what? Sometimes I don't even want to smoke weed no more. You know, but it keep me sane. It keep me sane to the point where so I can think. I can calm down with everything. But it's still things that I have to work on getting off of that I don't want to be on for the rest of my life. You know, I'm just like at a mental point where a part of me feel like something get right happen to me. And I'll say that because I never craved my family so bad. I miss them so bad. Like, I'm dreaming, y'all. I had a dream I died. Like, I'm having dreams about my babies. I miss my kids. You know, like I said, I didn't sign up to be a parent of one. God gave me 4 kids, biologically. And when people chose to leave my kids' lives, I stayed. I don't do this. Even if I'm sick and I'm like, why am I so far away? You know, but I gotta do better with communicating because people don't want to see you grow. They want to see you stuck, or they want to be able to control your future and what you want to do with yourself. You know, if a person can't have control or they constantly hit no, they're narcissists, and you can start to be just like that. You can become who you is. It don't matter if that's your uncle, your aunt, you live in their house, you around them. That's why kids start to do what they see their parents do. Oh, I see my father talk about this and that, I'm going to go do that. Oh, I see my father saying this and that, I'm going to go try that. You know, it's like we got to bring them up differently because if we don't, they're going to crash out by the time they 15, 16. So it's like I'm sitting here and I'm like, what can I do next? What can I do? What can I do? And what I'm going to do when my aunt get back from Vegas, I'm going to have a talk with my family. I don't care if you want to call it intervention, whatever y'all want to call it. Y'all can call it whatever y'all want to call it. I need support to be able to keep going because grief, it hurts so bad. Every time I turn and look, it's a part of my daughter. Like I sleep with her blanket. Like I wear her clothes. Like I'm not getting the therapy that I really need. You know, and I think I messed up by putting myself around people that God had already gotten me away from for my good, for my better. And I let it right back in. I allowed things to happen twice. I kept going back to people that meant me no good. You know, it took me to get sick for me to see who my real friends is. People, 33 years, we've been in third grade together. Now you decide y'all want to be cool with me back. I'm not a freak. I'm not none of that. I'm not about to be around you and you got a whole man, but you invite the niggas over your house. I ain't with that. I don't. I'm getting to the point in life where I'm 34 years old, and I want to see my kids, and I want to go to church, and I want to survive, and I want to stabilize myself with my epilepsy medicine and get myself together because that's what that came wanted me to do. I don't want to depend on nobody because, see, I have had it all taken from me, and I ain't talking about my family, okay? I have had it all taken from me. Don't trust every man. Because the minute that you're down, they're trying to use God to pick you up. And they're trying to use it to break you down. And when they can't do that, they start the evil stuff. They can sit there all day. People change their lives, and I'm proud of everybody. But me, I chose to watch how I live. Like, I don't go to parties. I don't do none of that. Like, I don't partake in nothing. I stay in the house. Like, I'm in a whole different atmosphere with motion. Like, I got friends. I got homegirls. Shit, but, like, I'm not 23 no more. Like, I don't have the energy that I used to have. And with something that took your life so many times, you don't want that shit. No, I don't want it. I don't want sex. When you have been through stuff so many times, your body shut down from that. It don't even crave it. It don't even want it. Marriage is not married to me no more. I gave up that shit years ago. 18, gave my whole life to this man. 14 years old before I even knew what a man was, before I even knew what life was, before I knew what I was going to be when I grow up. I'm 14 years old. Getting pregnant with babies by grown men. And before my daughter died, I had to let her know that what me and your father had did was wrong. Because even when he was told that I was 14, he still stayed. And I don't want you to think that that's okay to deal with a grown man just because I did it. That was our last conversation, bro. And I stopped getting it with social media because my tablet broke. And, I can go through so much at one time that you can't put it all in one video. I'm finding myself, I have to find out who that killer is, having epilepsy, having grand mal seizures, dying of head, just died 2-3 weeks ago, banging on my head, couldn't breathe, suffocated, thank God. My kids dead. Like, I really love man, like it's my boy. But it's like we both got things that we need to change about ourselves, and he's becoming a pastor, And that is his calling. Like I told him, that's your calling, That's your calling. I've always been a child of God, But my calling is advocating and helping these kids and talking. It's just like me and my homegirl, my auntie, we had this meeting, like we had like girl talk when we all three of us come together and we talk about what we going through and how we can change it and hug each other. And it's like, it's really cool, I don't do the things I used to do. I'm afraid. Like, the way I used to move, like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, how brave was I? You know? But I had to realize I was in survival mode. In full survival mode. Nobody had my back. I took care of myself in these streets. I made sure that my kids were somewhere safe. And even when they was where they need to be, I was still there. So I don't want to lose that connection with them. And when you don't have that connection with your kids, you're not gonna know how they feel. You ain't even gonna care. It's gonna be like, hey, be alright. Oh, they be okay. How would you feel? When you haven't had it in your life, you don't know how they feel. When you haven't had a mom, your biological mom in your life, you don't know how they feel. When you have been around your kids 24/7, when you have did everything by means to make sure that you was around your kids, when God has showed you everything, and you still was winning. And it took for the devil to take your baby from you because he couldn't take you from God. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And people don't want to listen to me. Nobody will listen to me. I'm not easy to, like, it's like this. I'm not about, I don't want to meet people. You know, I'm nice. I say hi about all. Everybody cool, bro. Like, I can't be as friendly as I used to be. You know, even letting certain kids in my house. You know what I'm saying? My safe space. I had to shut it down because I had to realize, okay, I'm doing this for my daughter. But I want these kids to really get what God had for them. Like, I want them to thrive. I don't want them to sit in the house and thrive off of that. I want them to be able to move and do stuff like that. So I had to shut it down. And I just felt bad because I felt like I left them hanging. You know, and everybody around here cut me off. Everybody loved me around here, like, down to the old people, like, everybody loved me. Like, I will run a lap for every neighbor around here because they don't do nothing to me. And they're very nice and they're very respectful. So I try to, like, not engage in negativity. I've been keeping my hands to myself. I'm not around here going off and all that. I've just been not caring, you know. But what I've noticed is that when you live in a delusion, you start to be that delusion. You start to crave that delusion, you know, and then it starts to get scary. So you got to be careful with what you're doing. You got to be careful with who you see, who you put yourself around, who you thinking about. All that could be your downfall. So I'm gonna tell you like this: K-Way, no way. I'm gonna tell you like this: this is not K Memorial Channel. And we will always bring a banger to you every time because I'm back and I'm not giving up. You already know what's up. Let's go. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever. I'm out.